Hey Melvi, just made you this video to give you an overview of how this all comes together and maybe start someplace to do some research to figure this out, because the Realtor website is different than some of the other websites out there in terms of Google and the searches and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to go over three things: content, backlinks, and citations. And those are three top things that Google uses to rank websites on the internet. So obviously this is your website, and content is anything that's typed, any text, letters, numbers, anything that Google's bots can read, addresses, dollar amounts, anything that's on this page that they read. Now Google likes text because it allows them to find you and find your keywords and rank you and connect you with buyers and sellers that are searching for different search terms. I guess what we need to come up with is an idea as to what the search terms are that you want to be found for. And there's almost an infinite amount of them. We just have to do research on what it is that's common and what it is that you want to be found for. So start thinking about that and maybe make a list of search terms that you think people type to find you. And I know that they're all over the place. It doesn't necessarily have to be Realtor in Miami or Miami Realtor, but it could be an address. It could be any number of things. Either way, the more of those terms that we have to work with, the better for you and your rankings. So, like I said, Google likes text. So on the average, they like about 2,000 words on a home page, and anywhere from 750 to 1,500 words on the back pages. These are your back pages here. And obviously, the more pages you have, the more text, the more Google likes it, because they feel like you bring more to their searchers, and more information is good, relevant information. So content, number one, I would recommend putting more pages on your site and more text, more information, maybe some articles, blog posts, anything that if you were a buyer or a seller looking to sell or buy, what information would you be interested in? And maybe put articles on your website that would give that out with keywords inside. So the next thing is backlinks. So backlinks are links on other websites that lead people back to your website. And they can either be put on the other website by somebody else, a friend of yours, or somebody that used you in the past as a realtor, or you can put them on there yourself, or you can hire a company to do it for you. But they're all gettable. It's just a matter of it takes time to get them. And from my research, some of the top realtors, as far as the Google ranking is concerned, have a lot of backlinks. And they probably hired someone to go out and get them. And backlinks, again, they go to websites, they register their name, their address, their phone number, and their profession, and maybe some information about themselves, and a link to their web page. That's what a backlink is, especially that link back to your page. So Google counts those, and they see it as a trust thing. You know, the more links to your page from other pages, especially highly credible pages, the better for Google, and the more likely it's going to rank you above other realtors. And so this is a typical Google search for, let's say, Miami Realtor. You know, there's other terms, and people use all different kinds of terms. But, you know, the search starts with this up here. Now, this is paid, but it's not as expensive as the ads that you see on some of the other types of services. So one of the things I would recommend is do this Google screening thing if you haven't already done it. I think it requires a background check and some other things, Google, just to verify that, you know, you are who you say you are, that you have a legitimate business, that you've been in business for a certain amount of time, that you don't have any outstanding warrants or anything like that. So I don't think it's an expensive thing to do, but I think that if you do it, it'll just allow you to be listed in this section up here by paying a little bit of money. And I think this is the single best thing you can do, because there's really, on the Google search page, there's not a lot of individual realtors. It's all taken up by, you know, Realtor.com, Miami Association of Realtors, Zillow, all that stuff. I mean, occasionally you get to the second page, like, for example, in this instance, on the second page, And here are those listings again. Here's that guy that was in the page before. Now he's in the middle. Before he was over here. So depending on how many people are up there, you could be rotating around every time somebody searches for that, depending on what you put in your ad and what you want to come up for, what search you want to come up for. But see, these are the other ads that people pay for. And these, again, it's a bidding thing. You have to bid for the ad, and sometimes they're $3.50, sometimes they're, $2. It depends on the time of day, the location you're at. Miami's probably highly competitive, so the ads are probably, it's a pay-per-click, so you only pay when somebody actually clicks on your ad. So it's having the ad up is not costing you anything, but if somebody clicks on the ad, then you're charged, anywhere from, I don't know, $1 to $20. It really depends on what the auction's doing. And Google will tell you this is what the current price is. And the price varies a little bit, but not a lot. So this is one place you could, spend some money and put yourself up here. But, you can see that these are real estate brokerages, and I don't know how much money they pay, but I'm sure that it's not cheap. And then when you go down the second page, which remember the second page, not a lot of people make it to the second page, except I think in a category like yours, where there are few or no realtors really on the front page. If somebody's looking for a realtor, they might actually come to the second page. So this is the first guy I found on here. His name is Josh Stein. And let me see if this is his web page. Yeah, this is his web page. Okay, so it's very similar to yours. It's very nice. He's got very similar, you might know the guy. He's got a little bit more text on his site than yours, and he's got these listings up on the front page that people like to see, without navigating too much. And then he's got this view more properties, and I don't know, this might be advertising, probably because he works for that firm and they let him put that on there. But you can see that, his website scrolls a lot longer than yours and has more text. And in all of these words, he puts, Josh Stein Realtor. He puts Miami real estate. He puts real estate brokerage firm. All of these terms Google finds and searches and matches up with with the searchers on Google. So the more of this stuff you put in, the more likely that you'll rank higher. So you see it goes on. And he literally, puts up individual homes with a write-up on the home right on the front page. And, again, your website is ranked by page. Most people like to have the most powerful page on the front page. But you don't have to. You can put one of your back pages. But you can see all of these are individual pages that he's got. These are separate pages. So all of that content, Google loves that. All of this stuff here. All of that. So the more content on your site, the more likely Google's going to rank you higher and, put you above other people. It's just a numbers game, essentially. The more you put on your website in content, letters, the better. And as far as what we were talking about, the backlinks, this is your page. You have 33 backlinks from 7 different websites. Now, people have found you using 12 organic keywords, and one person's come to your website from a Google search. So if I show you the organic keywords that people have used to search, obviously your name, the address. I don't know what that's about, but so these are the number of times in a month that those searches have been put into Google, right? So Premier Agent Concierge, 90 times a month. And you ranked 63rd on Google search for that. Coconut Grove Realtor, 60 times a month. And you were 65th. So, you can use these, if you want, in your text and slowly move up the ranking with these, if that's something you want to go after. Here's Pinecrest Neighborhood, Miami, 10 times. So, the numbers are relatively low, but still, if you use multiple terms, they add up to bigger numbers, and eventually they drive more traffic. So that's the organic keywords that, so far have been used to find your website. So you had a little bit of a jump here back in September. I don't know if any work was done to your website, and there's definitely a change over time, like over here. You see this ramp up? That was, starting, let's see, right here, January of 2021 to now. Okay. These are referring domains. So somebody's put backlinks on their website to your web address, to your website. Okay. So again, you want to get these numbers up here higher because this is basically a ranking versus other websites on the internet as to your trustworthiness as a website. And that comes from having a lot of backlinks, which shows Google that other websites trust your site. And so backlinks are key. And then here's this guy, and I found another guy which was not, if you look at the search here, this is the second page. So we go back to the first page, you'll see that on this first page, one of the first realtors, individual realtors you find is this guy here, Hal Feldman. Okay, this is a big opportunity for an individual in that market because, as you see, you're not going to get a whole lot of opportunities with this search phrase. Now, the other way to go about this is if you want to be found with other search phrases that you think your type of customer is going to use rather than just Miami Realtor. Remember, these are new customers, not people that know you, not people that have used you before. New people that don't know anything about you and don't know you exist. That's what you're trying to accomplish. Get search terms and put them in your site so that people who use them find you as a new realtor they've never used before without somebody else prompting it, okay? Just searching Google and finding your website. So this section here that I was showing you before is called the Google My Business section. It's also called the Google Maps or the Map Pack, but it's 3 businesses, local businesses, and this is ranked based on citations. And citations are just your name, address, and phone number listed on some directory on the internet. And the more of those citations Google finds out there, the more they're going to be likely to rank you. And I'll show you this particular guy. Here's his website, Miami Hal. Okay, he's got each of these lines are individual pages. Each of them have content. So you can see that the people who rank more highly have more web pages and more content on their pages. All right. So he's got a video, and Google loves videos. So if you can put a couple of videos on your site somewhere, as many as you want, really, and people will eat that up. And people will actually take the links to those videos and post them on other sites, which will bring people back to your site. So this is this guy, Miami Hal. I don't know who he is or what he's connected to or whether he's got his own brokerage firm or what. And this is his RF website analysis. So you see his numbers are higher. Now, this is 0 to 100. It's really not that common to find numbers much higher than this, just because most websites don't have that much authority, especially individual websites. The higher numbers are for like IBM or Microsoft or Apple. You know, companies like that have really high numbers because they're highly trusted websites. But look at this. He's got almost 4,000 backlinks. Now, that, again, is achievable. It's not unheard of. It's not, there are 4,000 links. And the way that you do this, and the way that I've been taught to do this, is you basically go into them, and here are all his backlinks. And you can go or have somebody or hire somebody to go into each one of these and post your web address or a link to your website on each one of these, okay? Many of them are free. Most of them are free. Some of them you might have to pay a little bit of money or get permission from somebody. But, you know, again, some of these are, you know, it could be articles, you know, it could be blog posts, it could be visitor, visitor articles, but, you know, all stuff you can do or hire someone to do for you that slowly over time, because you can't just go out and get 4,000 articles and then dump that onto your website, because Google will immediately flag it. They know when something's being done artificially. So to do it organically, and it's okay to do, you just have to do it slowly over time. So, you know, you can put in 5 or 10, you know, per day, and kind of do it in a randomized way where you do 5 one day and 8 the other and then 7 the next and stuff like that. Over time, you increase your link profile, and it will slowly move you up in the rank. Okay, so again, those are backlinks from other websites to your site. And then the citations we talked about, which are your business name, address, and phone number on different directories around the internet. Okay,